Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Monday, which means we're going to rehash everything we put on our Substack last week in 5 minutes or less. This is the weekly. So Friday, it just happened and happened to be International Beer Day. We celebrated brews, bartenders, and well, beer goggles. You know, beer goggles, the things that convince otherwise sensible people they should probably open a bar together. Conveniently, last week's episode of our podcast, The Liquid Lunch Project, if you're not a subscriber, go now, subscribe, took the beer goggles off. Last week on our podcast, we had Chris Snyder. He's a bar owner and coach, and he joined us to explain why a packed bar can still leave the owner broke. He talked about why parking lots actually matter more than cocktails, how food, staff, pricing, insurance quietly eat your profits before you take that last sip. And while the episode was primarily about bars, you can take that lesson and put it into any business. Remember, busy does not always mean profitable. It's episode 277, and you can listen to it anywhere you get your podcast. Now, let's get on to the actual headlines.
We started with colleges raiding restricted donor funds to pay everyday bills. Nearly 200 private colleges borrowed from restricted endowments last year, often using money meant for scholarships or other specific purposes to cover payroll and operating costs. That is not creative financing. It is a warning that the business model is breaking. Schools are cutting programs, laying off faculty, and facing a major drop in future enrollment as fewer college-age students enter the market. Add soaring tuition, heavy student debt, and graduates questioning whether the degree was worth it. And higher education has a business model problem. A great case study for the business school, assuming the business school survives.
Now, from colleges losing money, we're going to talk more about consumers losing their patience. And air taxis, yes, they have arrived, and soon they're going to be carrying passengers over the traffic instead of through it. Now, these air taxis, they look like large drones. They take off like helicopters, and they can cut your trip from Manhattan to JFK more than an hour and be there in about 10 minutes or less. Prices of early fares, they're going to cost around $150. Although companies already claim eventually the fares will fall closer to about $25. So someday you may be able to avoid small talk with your taxi or rideshare driver, but instead you're probably going to complain about the turbulence.
Next up, Uncle Sam went currency shopping. The US Treasury helped support the Japanese yen for the first time since 1998 after it fell to a 40-year low against the US dollar. Why should American business owners care? Japan owns a massive amount of US government debt. If it started selling those bonds to raise cash and support the yen, Treasury yields could rise, pushing borrowing costs higher here. The Treasury says it may buy more yen if needed. We here are also supporting Japan by ordering sushi. We're all doing our part.
Next up, we got Elon back in the news, and this time we're talking about Starship. It plunked down in the water, and it seems it came back with cracked heat shield tiles. You see, Starship uses about 18,000 ceramic tiles, and some NASA engineers argue inspecting and replacing them could make the rapid reuse nearly impossible. However, SpaceX, and my man Elon, because he runs the thing, he's improved the process. The tiles are now standardized, produced quickly, and easier to replace than the space shuttle's custom-made versions. Still, 18,000 fragile tiles, though, a lot of opportunities for that rocket to actually become a really expensive renovated bathroom.
In the Money Minute, we looked at younger entrepreneurs skipping the startup fantasy and buying plumbing, HVAC, construction, and manufacturing businesses from retiring owners. It makes sense. The customers already exist, the revenue exists, the employees even know where everything is. And not to toot our own horns, but we did write an Amazon bestseller on the exact topic called Buying the American Dream, available for purchase on, you guessed it, Amazon. More than 11,000 baby boomers retire each and every day. Plenty of them own good businesses with nobody lined up to take them over. The book covers how to find one, buy it, and grow it without learning 6 months later that the seller was also the entire sales department. But then there's a small matter of paying for it. Unless you're sitting on an oil reserve, you'll probably need financing. So that's where our team at Credit Bank comes in. We can help qualified buyers explore SBA and other acquisition options. So if buying your way into the American dream is on your radar, send us a DM and we can give you the assist on the money side of things.
And now for some quick hits, strange shit around the web. Lou, get this. Northern California engineer, California. Yeah, get it, normal. Well, he built a 7-foot robot. It has 4 legs, glowing eyes, and a horn skull, and interchangeable power tools. Sounds amazing, but it's designed to actually go out and clean up dangerous job sites. Honestly, Lou, it looks like Satan opened up a landscaping company.
Only in California. Next, TSA found 5 stolen Civil War cannonballs wrapped in paper towels inside a grandmother's suitcase. Apparently, her grandson slipped them in without telling her, which is one way to make sure grandma gets the full airport security experience.
And finally, an AI startup called Lemon Lime promised instant job interviews to anyone that was willing to get tattooed with their company's logo. Now, 7 people accepted because apparently uploading their resume was not enough of a commitment for their founder. But the founder later came out and offered to pay for the cover-up of that tattoo. The company may forget your application, but the lesson here is they'll never forget your forearm.
All right, everyone, that's the week. The full issue is up on Substack, and the bar episode is live now. Read it, watch it, and send this to a friend who keeps saying we should open a bar, preferably before they sign a lease. See you next time.